Luke, I am your father. No. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, August 10th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 856,238. Excuse me. The Bitcoin price today is just over 61,000 as of this recording. And for $1, guys, you can get about 1,636 Satoshis. And yeah, I said it, for $1. My goodness, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday. I think we're on episode number 26, I think. Oh my goodness, guys. These weeks are flying by. As you guys know, a lot of stuff is going on with the politics and everything else. But this video, we only talk about one of my favorite things, and that's Satoshis. And as you can see from the title, why and how you should consider buying Satoshis 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And yes, you heard that correctly. So now, a lot of you guys know, if you've been watching my playlist or been watching me for a while, I've been promoting Swan Bitcoin to buy it. And it's absolutely great. I love Swan. Any Bitcoin company, Bitcoin only company, you should buy Bitcoin from. But let me start you back in the Wayback Machine and give you a little history lesson how I started. Just like a lot of people, I started on Coinbase. Remember Coinbase? And I bought there, and I didn't know anything about taking my coins off the cold storage. Off the exchange and putting in the cold storage, nothing like that. I was just a newbie. And I bought some ship coins with my Bitcoin, and then I eventually started going down the rabbit hole. And a couple months later, I consolidated all my cryptos into Bitcoin. And Coinbase had a pretty high fee. And me being from New York, excuse me, my ID being from New York and my phone number being from New York, even though I was in Nevada, Las Vegas, it was hard for me to get on these exchanges because for those of you that don't know, New York State and some other states are, let's just say, kind of totalitarianism states, and they have a lot of regulations against crypto, so it's hard to find a reliable exchange to do that. So I had to do some workarounds, and then after Coinbase, I started going with Cash App. Cash App was actually cheaper. Cash App's pretty good, actually. Very convenient. The fees are high, relatively speaking, to the big boys like Strike and Swan and stuff like that, but Cash App's pretty good, and it's Bitcoin only, by the way. So I started doing that for a while. For a long time, I was buying on Cash App, but then I finally got onto Swan, and I was trying to get on Strike too. That was my number one, because a friend of mine is on it, and he was buying Bitcoin every hour on the hour, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I just couldn't get on the Swan for like 2 years. I tried, but I just couldn't get on it because of, like I said before, my New York State stuff. And so I finally got on the Swan, and I really like Swan. Swan has a good company. I love their people. They're Bitcoin only. I love their message. I love everything they're about. But the fees are a little bit higher than Strike's. But I went with them anyways. And then they gave me an affiliate link so I can share with you guys. And I had made some Satoshi, some money off of those links that you guys, a lot of you guys clicked on, and I would get, I think it was 1%. I get 1% of the fees that you pay every time you buy. No, sorry, 0.25%, 0.25 of a percent of the fees that you pay when you buy Bitcoin. And then Swan, after I started, really getting into them, they came out with a promotion that for your first $10,000 of orders, they will give you no fees with your purchases, which was good. And even if you compare it to Strike, which Strike is the cheapest, by the way, even in that comparison, Swan, with the first 10,000 of orders of buying Bitcoin and Satoshis with no fees, that was pretty good. So once that ran out for me, and I ran out pretty quick because I was going crazy, I started trying to get strike again. And finally, it just, out of the blue, I just got on strike. And here we are today. That was a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I don't know when it was. And I haven't looked back since. I've been buying every hour on the hour. So let me tell you, first of all, why you should buy every hour on the hour. And then I'll tell you how you can do it, okay? First of all, obviously, Bitcoin is a very volatile investment, Satoshi's in particular, to be more specific. And we all know that Bitcoin, or Satoshi, excuse me, in the big ocean of monetary policy, we're just a little small boat. We are 1.1 or 1.2 trillion, whatever the day of the week is, the price is, out of that 900 trillion dollars. So when that big wave comes of liquidity and things are going and moving, we're very volatile and we're very new. And the big boys like real estate and stuff like that, and even US dollars, because they have trillions and trillions of dollars in their market cap, barely move because they're, they've been here for, decades, and, they have a big boat and they're not volatile. And that's why Bitcoin is, because we're so small. But as we suck the volatility, suck the liquidity up, and we become a bigger, quote unquote, boat, when we get to 2 trillion and 10 trillion and 20 trillion, which we will, that boat will become bigger and it will be less volatile. So during the volatility though, basically hour on the hour, minute by minute, we are volatile during the day. So I think people should buy quite often if they have the money. Now, let me say this real quick. I don't know your financial situation. Obviously, this is not financial advice, even though it is. Don't you love when people tell you it's not financial advice and then give you financial advice? But I will say I don't know your situation. I will say that. And everybody's different, right? So I'm not telling you how much to buy or anything like that. I'm not even telling you when to buy. I'm just telling you, for me, the things that I do and why you should consider doing them. And when I was with Swan, I had a daily buy, which was pretty good. I bought a certain amount per day, and it was cool. But the problem was that, whatever amount I had to buy a day, let's say it was $24 a day I bought, right? Well, if I shot my load, if you will, at 12 o'clock noon, my time, and let's just say that at that time, that was the highest price it was that day. Then the rest of the day, it was a lot of volatility, and the price went down. And I paid more Satoshis than I should have at 12 versus at 6 o'clock when some news came out and the price of Bitcoin came down, because we don't care. That's just more Satoshis for us. So now, if you take that $24 and then you spread it out throughout the day and spend $1 an hour, now what happens? Now I'm catching the waves of volatility, right? I'm basically getting, all day long, I'm getting the prices. I know it even changes every 5 or 10 minutes, but I can get all the prices for the day. And I love it. I mean, of course, I always look at it a lot. How you doing, sir? I always look at it a lot anyways, but this really, I get an automatic, how you doing, man? I get an automatic notification comes down and says your hourly recurring buy comes, and I cannot tell you how good that makes me feel. So why you should buy is because you will catch all the waves of the volatility. Now, again, if you're in New York State or some other restrictive state that doesn't let you use strike, then I'm sorry, you just can't do that. You can't work around it. And again, it took me a couple of years to get on there. That's the why. The how is sign up for strike. Strike, from what I know, is the only one that does that. Now, I have a link down below that you can click. You don't have to click on it, okay? I'm not doing this so I can make $5 on you, because I'm actually going to make less money with this one than I would with Swan, because with Swan I get recurring residual pay every time you buy something. I get, like I said, that 0.25% that I get off your fees. I don't get that with Strike. It's just a one-time $5 for me, a one-time $5 for you. And I'm telling you, I've tried Strike, Cash App, Coinbase, Swan, and Bitcoin Well. Those are the ways that I bought Bitcoin. I've actually bought Bitcoin on Venmo too. And by far, besides Swan, it's not a big difference between Swan, but it is because of the hourly ending. And the user face is a little bit better, or the user friendly is a little bit better. The fees are a little bit lower. Strike is the best. Again, you know, it is. So I have that link down there if you want to use it. That's the why and the how of the hourly buys. And I'm telling you guys right now, they're going to do a lot of printing here in the next 18 to 24 months. I really believe that, because the Fed only has three things they can do, guys. First, they raise the rates when inflation goes up, and they never raise it high enough, except it was in the 1980s with Paul Volcker and Ronald Reagan. They raised the interest rates to get inflation down. Jerome Powell didn't do that, right? He did not do that. He raised them, but he didn't raise them enough. So he got caught between a rock and a hard place, because he knew if he raised the interest rates too much, it would have been crazy if he would have actually lowered the real inflation, not the BS CP lies they tell us, right? That's the first one. They can raise interest rate. The second one is they have to lower interest rates. Now, we've had them higher, relatively speaking, to the basically 0% we've had over the last years. And they're going to do that in the next September meeting. Absolutely, 100% they're going to do it. It's either going to be 50 bips, 50 basis points, or 75 basis points, a quarter or 3/4 of a point. I think it's going to be a half, and then they're going to do a half again. And then after that, what's the third lever? What's the third gameplay? They're going to print money. And when they do, what's that going to do for your Satoshis? Yeah, the price in fiat or cup bucks will go up, but most importantly, your purchasing power will go up. And that's what it is, because they're going to print these dollars, this money, they call it. Meanwhile, the more they're printing with those US dollars, the less Satoshis are going to be coming out every 10 minutes in 2028 when we have another halving. So it's going to be volatile. It's going to be a rocky ship, because again, we're a small boat in a big ocean of money, and the ocean's going to get even bigger. And the reason I'm bringing this up about the Fed and stuff like that, because the money printer is going to go burr like we've never seen it before. I'm predicting that we're going to 3-4x what we did in COVID. Remember how much we printed in COVID in 2020, March 2020, when we took the money supply by 5x? I think that's going to make that look like a couple of girls at a picnic. I'm telling you. And with the volatility going to be crazy, yeah, it's still okay to buy daily or whatever, but I would really consider getting on strike, getting your $5 for free, and buying every hour on the hour. Also with strike too, sounds like a strike commercial. Also with strike, every level that you buy, so let's say you buy, I think it's anything over $250 for the month, they will lower your fee on your smash buy. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this, most important. When you do a DCA, dollar cost averaging, if you put in that you're going to do every hour on the hour, the first 7 days you're going to pay a fee, but on that 8th day, on that DCA, there will be no fees at all. So even though the fees are already the lowest in the game, you will have no fees at all on your DCAing. How they make their money is when you smash buy, and I still do that. I smash buy, even though I'm DCAing every day, I do smash buy every day too. So that's how they make their fees. But again, the tiers, when you hit the $250 for the month, they'll lower your fee. Then once you get to, I believe, $1,000 or $2,000, they lower the fee again. And it just keeps going down on your smash buys. But if you DCA and buy every hour on the hour, you will get no fees. So not only will you not pay any fees at all, but you'll get Satoshis every hour on the hour through this incredible monetary printing that this world has never seen before. Guys, it's going to be absolutely nuts. It's going to be crazy. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to sit back and just let it happen and not take advantage of the hardest money in the world? Again, I say this once, I say it 1,000 times. Your grandkids, your lineage, your nieces, your aunts, your children, your great-grandchildren will never be able to get the Satoshis you can get today. Every Satoshi that I bought I had bought for $1. I've gotten more than 1,000 Satoshis for every $1. There's going to be a time once we hit $100,000 in US dollars in Bitcoin price, that's going to be less than 1,000 Satoshis for $1. Take advantage of that while you can, guys. Seriously. Because this cycle is going to be absolutely crazy. We're going to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, in my personal opinion, in 2025. I made a prediction that we're going to hit 110,000 this year. I still think we are. Hope I'm wrong so I can get more Satoshis. But if I'm not wrong, the days of buying 1,000 plus Satoshis are over. So what are you going to do until then? What are you going to do? First, you need to study Bitcoin, number one. Number two, you need to buy those Satoshis, buy them every hour on the hour, sign up with Strike. And then once you do that, you figure out how to hold them. Give Tony from the Bitcoin Way, click that link, give him a ring, well, sign up, click the link, and then fill out your information, and he'll call you. Book a free call, and it's free. It's a 30-minute free call. Tell him Jerry sent you, and then once you get there, he'll show you how to set up your Bitcoin node. He'll show you how to set up your cold card, how to set up your Sparrow wallet, if that's what you want, and you'll be so secure. Because you gotta secure your generational wealth, guys. You gotta look at your Satoshis like dollars. So if you got 1 million Satoshis, you got $1 million worth of purchasing power in the future, and it's gonna be even better than that. Because again, if I gave you $1 million, it's nothing compared to those 1 million Satoshis. So, and if you don't have your 1 million Satoshis, go ahead and sign up to Strike so you can buy them every hour on the hour. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love each and every one of you guys, know that. And it's going to be tumultuous times through the sea of money that's going to be printed. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You're going to be stacking them because you're the only one in your generation, you and your children, but you in particular, are going to change your generations and your family's legacy forever for buying Satoshis right now. I said this once, and I'll say it every Saturday, every Satoshi Saturday. And please heed these words. Stack Satoshis today, guys, today. So you don't have to work for those same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.